Hey DIYers, I'm George with Alarm Grid. Today we're going to be going over the amount of burglary zones that are available on the Lyric. So, just a quick answer to that is going to be 128 burg zones. So these burg zones can hold motion detectors, door window contacts, smoke detectors, CO detectors, glass breaks, flood sensors. Anything that is a security sensor that you're going to add to your home is going to be able to go into one of those 128 zones that are available on the Lyric. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to get to those screens, as you can actually scroll through them and it'll actually let you know pretty much what each zone is available for. So to get into that, first thing we want to do is, you see I have a slideshow on my Lyric right now. I'm just going to tap on the screen. Usually it'll start you off in the primary screen, which is here, security automation video. We're going to go ahead and hit security. After that, go ahead and make your way over to tools, enter in the installer code. Mine is 4112. Now your installer code could be different, but my panel is defaulted, so my default installer code for Honeywell systems is 4112. Yours may be different depending if you or your monitoring company has changed it. Once you're there, you're now in the installer menu. I'm going to go ahead and hit program. I make my way over to zones, and now here you automatically start seeing all of the zones available. Now you'll see the 1 and 2, they say new. Those are actually your hardwired zones. The Lyric does have 2 available slots for hardwired zones that you can actually wire in a normally closed, normally open, or end the line supervision wired sensor into it. That's different ways you can set it up. And then our wireless zones will start at zone 3. Now, the Lyric automatically gives you a template: 3, 4, 5, and 6. Front door, back door, window, motion. Now, this doesn't mean you have sensors learned into them. This is just telling you how people would normally put in their zones. So if you were setting up zones and you didn't want 3 to be your front door, you can just highlight it, edit, change whatever you want. As you see, there's no serial number in there. It's just giving you a little template on what it would look like, right? So I'm just gonna hit the back arrow key. I'm gonna go scroll through the burglary zones now, right? So we have 1 and 2 are wired. The rest of these are going to be wireless. So if you hit the down arrow key, it brings you to the next screen. Each screen has 8 available zones. I'm going to keep scrolling down all the way till I get to 128. You can have a lot. So now you'll see at 127 and 128, this is where you start seeing not new, but now it says main new. This is in case you guys are setting up any garage door controllers with a tilt sensor and a 5877 relay. The garage door sensors, you'd want to learn them into one of these zones so that you can actually control it through Total Connect if you guys ever do plan on doing that. It's actually 4 zones, so it goes 127, 128, 129, and 130. Those are my garage door zones. If you guys are doing garage door controller, you want to learn them into them. You also have key fob slots starting at 131 going all the way down to 162. See? So the first one say key fob. Each key fob button takes up one zone. So an arm away is one zone, an arm stay is another zone, a disarm is one zone, and then if you have the 4th button on your key fob set to a panic, that's another zone. So that's why you have 4 zones allotted to one key fob. And you actually have from 131 all the way down to 162. Now, if you guys use all of these key fob zones up and you need to add other ones, you have 128 burg zones that are available. If you need to add more, you can use any of those 128 zones available to program in another key fob. It's completely up to you, so you can have a lot of key fobs on the system, as you can see. Now, 280 down to 291. Those are temperature zones. So this isn't necessarily like, let's say you have a temperature sensor, you learn it into these zones. That's not what that's for. This is actually a Total Connect zone. So if you guys have a Z-Wave thermostat or a thermostat that's tied into Total Connect or Total Connect Comfort, and you guys create a threshold, which means that, let's say you have a notification that when your house hits below 60 degrees, you want it to notify you. Yeah, what that does, Total Connect, it actually creates a temp zone in the panel, And here's one little important thing about the temp zone. If you guys do create a threshold on Total Connect, make sure that you guys either disable the reporting for that zone or you let your central station know. Because what happens is if you get that notification on Total Connect, it reports as a medical panic to the central station and you could possibly be dispatched on medical. An ambulance can go out to the house and you certainly don't want that. So make sure that you guys pay close attention if you guys are using the threshold creation on Total Connect. So those are the temp zones. And then you have keypad zones. So these are your wireless keypads, which are the 6 keypads. Those are the only ones that can be programmed into here. You have them from 850 down to 857. Yeah, so that's about, I think that's 8 key fob zones if you count the actual 50. You can have 8 keypads. And then if you scroll down, brings us to our medical or our panics on the system. We have fire, medical, personal, and a silent, police, or audible. You can change it. You see here, local alarm, police, medical, fire. Now, I believe by default, the medical is not enabled. So if you guys wanted to use it, you would switch the response type to a 24-hour auxiliary and hit save. Right now, I'm going to leave it as response type not used so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to back out to the home screen and I'm going to show you guys the panic real fast. I hold down for 3 seconds. You only see fire, police, and my personal one, which would be a local alarm. It just sounds the system off. Now, you didn't see a medical because, like I said, the response type was not enabled. So I'm going to go back into programming, security, tools, 4112, program, zones, hit the down arrow key all the way down to your zone 900 for the panics. Whoop, one screen. So 995, 996 is medical, boom, boom, boom. We have all of those. The only one that didn't come up was the medical, and that's because we did not have a response type, which I will set now to 24-hour auxiliary. Hit save, back arrow key, and now if I hold down for 3 seconds, whoop, you see the medical. Yeah. So again, that's just a quick overview on the zone sensors. You have 128 of them. You have about 5 different panic options. You have about 8 keypad slots. You have a lot of key fob zones and a couple of temperature zones available and 2 hardwired zones on the Lyric. If you guys want to find out more about the zones, you can always email us at support@alarmgrid.com. If you found the video helpful, make sure you hit like underneath, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and enable notifications. That way when we upload new videos, you guys do get notified. I'm George with Alarm Grid. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.